Nice. Awesome. Welcome to Product Tank Madrid October. Thanks all for coming along today. My name's Alex. I'm a product manager at an energy tech company called Kraken. I'm going to be hosting today. We've got some exciting speakers from all over the energy industry, utilities, nuclear, and more energy retail sides. I'm going to just give you a little intro to Product Tank. Who's been to a Product Tank event before? Okay, nice. About 50% of you. Cool. So for those of you, this is the first event, welcome. Our mission is to foster collaboration within local product management communities. So we are product managers organizing events for product managers. This is the speaking lineup I've talked about today. Just so you know, we're looking for sponsors for our events for next year. So if you have an office here in Madrid, please reach out to anyone with these Product Tank shirts and we can discuss sponsorship. And you'll get a chance to kind of talk about your brand, put forward a speaker, and it's a great chance to kind of give some visibility for your company. If you are brave enough and you want to come speak at one of our events, also please reach out to us. We'd love to chat about what topics you want to bring, what topics you want to share. We're always looking for speakers, and this is like the time we're starting to plan for next year. So. Throughout the event, we're going to be running a Q&A on Slido. So I'll show this a few times, but if you want to just open your phone and scan it, you can add questions as you go. And then when we get to the Q&A, I'll be asking your questions directly from the Slido. Cool. All right. Looks like most people done. Nice. All right, that's enough of my English accent here. Let's move on to Belen, who's going to kick us off with the first talk. There you go. Warm welcome to Belen, please.
Oh, perfect. Hi, everyone, and thanks, Alex, for inviting me. I'm super honored to share the stage with Alvaro and Alex. Just for starting, a super quick poll. How many of you work for B2B enterprise product? Nice. And how many of you works in an industry that have complexity or sensitive, chaotic data like finance, energy, or health? Nice, over there. Okay, I think maybe you get the feeling that we are not just building product, but also cracking black boxes that even our own clients don't understand, right? I'm Belén Pons, CPO and co-founder of Zenova. Zenova is the all-in-one platform that solves energy management for large real estate groups. What does, all-in-one mean? For us, it means from utility switching to optimization to energy efficiency, ESG reporting, financial control for asset managers. All you can think about energy management, an asset manager can do it through Zenova. So today I want to speak about how to really make product in enterprise because we really struggle to do so. I think when we start Zenova, we were more like a feature factory than a product company. In enterprise is really easy to get into the wheel where a client asks you for something and you start just doing what the client says, right? And also because when I start at Zenova, I was really lost in resources because when you go through blogs, podcasts, books, they always talk about this SaaS with 1 million users, this, B2C product. And at Zenova, we operate for very few but large clients and also in a highly complex industry with a lot of legacy, with chaotic data. Clients don't understand anything about energy normally, so it's really difficult. And I want to start with a really hard truth before going to our product model at Zenova. That is that in enterprise, usually the deals are not closed over a demo, are closed on a breakfast with the CEO. So normally it could happen that the best product can lose to a mediocre one that has better network. And this creates immense problems through our teams, because ops or sales teams can start thinking, okay, the product is fine, just don't touch anything. I just want to go and sell. I don't want you to launch a new feature nobody asked you to, because maybe you have some errors, you are hurting my relationship with the client, right? And just like that, product lost all the strategic vision. You are nothing around the company, just a feature team, right? And it was us, maybe 2-3 years ago, we were really slow doing so. I mean, we were a startup, we were in product and tech, we were around 20 people, and we spent maybe 7 months to launch Fast Track. That was a really interesting and revolutionary feature then, because it was the first 100% digital multi-provider, multi-service switching process. That means that an asset manager could 100% digital switch water, electricity, gas with every provider through Zenova. But we start building a cathedral. I mean, we didn't validate anything in 7 months. This is huge risk in a startup. But also we thought that perfect or nothing. Full APIs, deep integration with all the suppliers, things that really useless. And that wasn't the only problem. It was also the disconnection with ops team. We launched, and the accounts managers were afraid of telling this to the clients. Not only because maybe errors, change, or management of the change, because everything before Fast Track was over the phone, but also because of the internal efficiencies this could cost. Luckily, Fast Track was a huge success, but not everything around that process was. And for me, that was the starting point of thinking, this is fuck up. I mean, we are a startup, we are like turtles, we need to change, and we need to change now, because if not, we are more going to a corporate company than a startup that needs to go fast, right? So we wanted to build a new model, something that worked for us, that was not by the books, because we did everything by the books, Scrum, sprints, the roadmap, the retros, the PRDs. I always hated them. And the first goal was, okay, how can product directly impact business in an industry where the deal is closed by the CEO on that breakfast? So we start thinking, okay, we need to isolate the way we impact business. And we start thinking about three pillars and then 3 metrics, right? First, okay, for impacting business, we need to understand what metrics we can impact. And for Zenova, these are them. First, annual recurring revenue in new verticals. What does it mean? When we launch a new vertical, we do it sales and product hand by hand. So I know how much my team is going to impact on the revenue and on the close of the deal. Not general annual recurring revenue, because that depends on so many teams that it's impossible to track what is the real impact that the product have. EBITDA, that's more clear, and normally internal efficiency. We have a squad that is focusing always on automations and also efficiency of the operations, and retention, that it's also really correlated with satisfaction or satisfaction with retention. How many of you have used MPS or SES or some framework to measure satisfaction? We did too, like, I don't know how many years. and it was really irrelevant because we had maybe 20 responses. When you have 200 clients, I mean, NPS doesn't work. And we create also an impact metric for us, that is the product health score. It was created also by a lead PM in Cenova. That was and is really a dynamic metric we can change and review every semester. That what it does is, okay, what are the metrics we can track along the product, just looking to amplitude or mixed panel that we know that correlates to satisfaction. Last semester, it was time to complete a task, number of errors along the platform, adoption of new features, and also support tickets. With that, we have like an early warning system, I would say, that measures the churn before the churn happened. And last semester, churn was 0. So really interesting. I don't know if any of you have this type of invented metrics that work for you, but it's a really interesting one that works for us. And with that in mind, we go to the second part or to the second pillar of our product model. That is that we want problems, not solutions. I think this was I would say the huge mindset change at Cenova, because as I said earlier, it's so easy to have this client that it's the biggest account you have and goes and said, I need that or I will leave. This I will leave, they never say it, but the account manager says to the PM, they will leave if they don't have that, right? And that's one of the things that make us be that type of feature factory product team. So nowadays, when we have a feature request, the first question is, okay, what's the problem behind that? And it's not only product that do that question, it's all the ops team, is the CEO, before saying some feedback to us. Everybody at Cenova reflects on, okay, what's really the problem behind it? And also, I mean, we have few clients. We as a product team won't sit on a ivory tower just expecting, okay, customer success says say me some feedback about the feature. No. We go to every meeting we can, and we love to go to that meetings. And if it's an offline meeting, and we can go to the office and see how they are using the product, better. We love to go there. We want to observe the pain. We want to feel the pain. And with that, we have a backlog of problems. We don't have a solution backlog, right? We have these problems statements, and with that, and the business metrics, is so easy to analyze the impact that solving this problem will have in my business, really. And with that, we go obviously to the third pillar, the ideation, the solution, right? When we have the problem prioritized, we just go to a 1-hour session with the squad, but we also bring ops or sales to the table. This is a huge change in how they implement and sell the feature to the client. It's amazing, the change. All ideas are valid. We only have one constraint. The idea that comes from that needs to be tested in 1 week, because we are not building cathedrals. We are just testing and we are just validating that if we solve that problem, that solution will impact in the way we analyze. Because maybe you are analyzing things and you think you are the best data analyst in the world, but then you launch and real life is hard. I mean, then the impact is not the one that you thought, right? And let me give you a real quick example. We built this amazing invoice control module that also went through all this process. We had that metric that was, I think, adoption of the feature. The feature had two functionalities. That was the download of the invoices and the download of the report that had all the lines of the invoices digitalized. For the client too, just upload it to the report, right? And we start seeing the metrics in Amplitude. And we saw 100% adoption on the download of the invoices. But then, like half of the clients downloaded the report. For us, it was really strange because inputting manually all the data on their ERP, it was about 30 hours per month for the client, really heavy. And they weren't using our report. We go directly to the client and, well, to 3 or 4, just by phone with the account manager. And they told us, yeah, your format doesn't match my ERP format, so I cannot upload it. And we were like, shit, okay, that makes sense. What we do? We went to the ideation session, right? We selected 5 clients that had the same ERP, and that afternoon we do an app script on Google Sheets that reformat the data and upload it to the product. 100% adoption. 100% adoption in the same day. And I'm not saying that we went from building cathedrals to building shit on Google Sheets, right? But we are validating that the problem that we are solving impacts the business. If not, we just get stuck on the scalability part of the architecture and the tech. And we need to differentiate between validation and scalability. And I think that we need to differentiate it more when you are working towards enterprise clients. Because if not, it's so easy to say, okay, yeah, the product is there, but the retention, the new revenue is not coming from us. Yeah. If you want to be on the center, you need to move fast. Because if not, you are, again, a feature factory, right? So what are my takeaways across these challenges and also the change of mentality of all the teams? First, best practices not always work. For us, when we started, it was the right thing to do, just go by the book and do everything. But when you are 15, 10, 5, 20 people, why are you writing PRDs? I mean, the product management or the product manager need to be solving and finding problems, not writing things that are not going to exist the next year because normally they are useless. Because part of our work is just doing shit that is not going to be used just to learn things that are really used by our clients, right? So don't be afraid to do this change of mindset because it's really hard and it takes time. But when it works, it's fucking amazing to do product like that in that industry that is not sexy and not the cool B2C product, right? Then, and really correlated, speed is your weapon. If you are delaying your launch because of being perfect, you are losing. And more in nowadays time with AI, that also we are doing really nice things with AI at Zenova. If someone is doing so, I would love to speak with you later with a beer, hopefully. And last one, product is also ops and sales. If they are not feeling like they are owners of the product, they are not going to sell it, they will feel that product is their enemy. When I say product, it's always product and tech, right? You need to make them part of the table and part of the success. Because I really think, and I'm, as you may notice, really passionate about it, that deals may be always close on a breakfast, right? But the value that builds the trust and the retention towards our clients are built by a product team that really move at the speed of the business. So thank you. That was my my talk. Super eager to learn from all of you. So if later you want to talk about something, I will be pleased. Thank you so much.